As a preacher, entrepreneur, podcaster, I've learned to lean on God's grace daily. Every step of this journey has reminded me of my deep need of His guidance and faith. Whether you're stepping into a new venture, facing challenges, or just trying to find your way, remember that God's grace is sufficient. And sometimes the most important step is simply trusting His plan. Hello, everyone. I'm DK Hammonds, and I want to share a bit of my journey with you today. Recently, I made a significant change in my life and walked away from working for a local church where I served for 2 years. It definitely wasn't an easy decision, but I felt a strong pull from God, leading me to create something new that is aligned more closely with my direction that He's taking me. This journey has been mixed with fear and faith. Walking away from a place of stability and comfort requires a lot of courage, but more than anything, it required faith. Faith that God had a plan, even when I couldn't see the full picture. As a preacher, entrepreneur, podcaster, I've learned to lean on God's grace daily. Every step of this journey has reminded me of my deep need of His guidance and faith. My hope is that sharing this story, I can open up a conversation about the faith it takes to follow God in your calling. Whether you're stepping into a new venture, facing challenges, or just trying to find your way, remember that God's grace is sufficient. And sometimes the most important step is simply trusting His plan. So listen, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey about humanity and faith. Stay tuned for more information about faith, entrepreneurship, and incredible ways that God moves through my life and possibly yours. Today, I want to talk about myself. And one of the things that I'm not really good at is being vulnerable about who I am and the things that I'm doing in a very deep, intrinsic way. I usually say that to my accountability partners. Shout out to my boy Julian and Reggie and my cousin Michael, a host of other brothers, whether it be fraternal or even my own brother, Cameron Lawrence. And just to share what I go through as a thought leader, as a preacher, as a creative and podcaster, and even now a business owner, has been some pretty scary. Not scary in a sense that but scary that you can't trace or sense what the next step is. And I was talking to my friend Reggie today, and we were simply having a discussion about finding God in the silver lining of life and of entrepreneurship. And I had a situation happen that really annoyed me and bothered me. And it was partly my mistake. It was oversight on my side. And I should have said something. I should have alerted someone about the situation. It wasn't nothing bad, nothing illegal, nothing like that. It was just a personal oversight that I didn't do. It was a bill I didn't pay. And I needed to pay that bill because I want to be a person that honors his or her word, and definitely a person that takes care of God's business and God's people. And I felt like I didn't do that. I felt like I missed the mark. And in this thing that we call business and this thing that we call life, there are going to be opportunities and times where you absolutely don't feel like you are hitting the right markers. And you're going to need a Reggie or a Julian to speak life into your situation because you don't quite understand how God is moving, but you do know God is moving. And it's within that that you can find solace, peace, tranquility, if you will, in that God is moving on your behalf. Not everything is going to be perfect. Sometimes things are going to be what they are, and you have to make good on the things being what they are. And so in this season of my life, as I've transitioned from working for people and now working for myself, I found myself having to find that solace, having to find that kick in the back, because if I don't do it in terms of my business, nobody else will. And I have a great team I'm surrounded by a great team and great people. Shout out to everybody that's on my team. And it's like what I think 70% women, 30% men on my team that help me take care of my clients in terms of customer base. And it also helps me take care of myself in terms of my personal brand. Because while I stepped out on my own, I also had to maintain the brand that I have and equally take care of the fact that I'm a CEO of a podcasting company. And I'm going to talk more about how God has kind of given me these business, giving me these things to oversee and how I'm overseeing them. Understanding how to read a P&L, understanding how to find the blind spots and create revenue that may be helpful for you, all while being a believer. So I'm going to try to talk about all of those things, and I hope that you can find the humanity in me, but you can also see the faith in God.